Welcome back to the Wood and Laser Art channel. This is the second part of a series of using the Ikier K1 Pro Max. In this part we will discuss the focusing of the laser head. As we know, the laser head can be focused by two methods: the manual method and the autofocus method. In the manual method, we will use the piece of metal supplied by the company. This piece thickness, which is 8 mm, represents the optimal focus of the laser head. We place this piece on the surface to be engraved and lower the laser head until it touches the metal piece. Then the laser head is focused and can be used for cutting or engraving. Of course, if we change the surface to be engraved, for example different thickness, we must readjust the focusing of the head until we reach the optimal focusing distance. That's it. The system is ready now. Second method for focusing the laser head is the autofocus. The laser head uses the sensor, which is pointed by the arrow, which is actually a limit switch, to calibrate the optimal focusing distance. We start by untightening the two screws which hold the laser head and let the laser head rest on the honeycomb board, and then shift down or lower down the mechanism that holds the laser head until we reach a distance between its end and the fixed part of the mechanism be 5 mm. We use the same metal piece to measure this 5 mm. Continue lowering the mechanism until we reach the 5 mm distance, which is recommended by the manufacturer. Continue to lower that part until we reach the 5 mm, and once we reach the 5 mm distance, we can now tighten the two screws to fix the laser head. As we see, we have reached the 5 mm distance. We start to screw the two screws to fix the laser head, and then move the laser up until we reach the middle of the distance that can the movement mechanism reach. This is pointed by this arrow, as we can see. This is the middle distance. We tighten it, and the laser head is ready to be used. Of course, if we move the honeycomb and use the other surface to hold the piece that we want to engrave, we must repeat the same process of calibrating the distance by untightening the screws. Let the laser head rest on the surface lower the mechanism until reach the 5mm distance we talked about it. Once we reach that, we tighten the two screws and lift the laser head up, and the laser head and the system is ready now to be used to engrave or cut. After finishing the setting mechanism of the autofocus, we must go to the touchscreen display, and by pressing the setting and going to the second page of it, we must activate the autofocus switch. Once we activate it, now we are ready to use the light burn to control the autofocus. To use the light burn to control the autofocus, we must ensure that it is connected to the light burn, and then press the homing key. We can see that the laser head go up and down, which is the effect of the autofocus process we did before. Now it will go to the 0, 0, 0 position. We can move it to a location on the surface to be engraved, any point. To use and program the autofocus, we must see that there is a selection or window called Console here. If we cannot find it, we go to the window, go down to the Console and select it. We can see now it is appear here. Press on it. We will see 6 keys can be engraved, can be programmed for any function to be used. Now we will press right button of the mouse, will open the first one. We name it autofocus, and then press bracket ESP 500 and then close the bracket and press OK. The autofocus function now can be used. Press the autofocus function. Now we can see the head will go up and down twice, and then go down until the sensor touches the surface, go up, and then again go down until the sensor touches the surface and go up, and now the laser head is ready for the engraving process.